Welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's rebuild, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the Cavs are a very interesting team to me. Obviously led by star shooting guard Donovan Mitchell. They have some really nice young pieces with Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and if you want to throw Jarrett Allen into that young core, you're more than welcome to. But this is a team that did return to the playoffs last season, ultimately got their asses kicked by the New York Knicks. But this is a team with tons of talent and a team that I think has a lot of potential this year. So it's the NBA, and of course that means there has to be drama. Who knows if Donovan Mitchell is going to be a Cleveland Cavalier for the rest of his career? Obviously Cleveland would in all likelihood would like him to stay for a very long time, but who knows? Our goal today is to make him happy. Hopefully means he stays on this team and brings a championship to Cleveland, and I think that is a good and a lofty goal today. So before we do get into the video, of course, you guys have any other video ideas, make sure to let me know those down below in the comments. Whether they're normal rebuilds, rebuild challenges, different series I do every year, whatever they may be, let me know down below in the comment section. But without further ado, man, the Cavs have turned the page from LeBron, and they have a new core, and a good one at that. Let's get into this one. And with that, we are here at the start of year one for us in Cleveland. Now, we'll quickly go over this roster. There's obviously some strengths, but there are a few weaknesses that we might want to address before we do get into year one. Because I said it before, and I'll say it again, I do think this Cleveland team's good. Hopefully these younger players can kind of take that next step, make this Cavs team a true contender. So Darius Garland, he's a good young player. He's 23 years old at that 86 overall. I have nothing wrong with him in this game or in real life. 2K is maybe the biggest fan of Darius Garland ever. This dude tends to win MVPs. I don't mean any disrespect. I just don't know if Darius Garland is really ever going to get to an MVP level. And that's just my take on it. Maybe he proves me wrong, but 2K definitely likes this man, which definitely does help us out today. Ricky Rubio is here. He's 33 years old. Good veteran backup point guard. Obviously good distributor of the basketball. We'll see what we do want to do with him. Ty Jerome is here. He's 26. Probably not a long-term backup option. He's a decent piece for now. Donovan Mitchell. He's the best player on this team. He's one of the best shooting guards in all of basketball. Hell, he's one of the top 15 players in all of basketball. I'm very excited to build around him today and obviously, hopefully, keep him the entirety of this video. Karis LeVert is here. He's 29. He's a really decent backup kind of shooting guard, small forward option off the bench. Sam Merrill is here. He will not be seeing any playing time today. I'll just tell you that right now. Max Strus signed a very lucrative contract with this Cleveland team this offseason. 4 years, $62 million. That is not a cheap price tag. Max Strus, obviously a very good shooter. And I will say it, I think he's a pretty big loss for the Miami Heat. So I like the signing by Cleveland. It's definitely a fair chunk of change to hand out from Max Strus, though. So hopefully he lives up to that. Speaking of guys that need to live up to things, Isaac Okoro was the 5th overall pick in 2020. And yeah, man, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not going to say he's a total bust, but he's not great for what you expect out of a 5th overall pick. So we're going to need some work there, and we're going to have to make a decision about his future here in Cleveland. Power forward spot, Evan Mobley's unbelievable. He's a future defensive player of the year, in my opinion. He is an 85 overall at only 22 years old, and he progresses very, very well. He's not going anywhere. Dean Wade is here. They brought in Georges Niang this offseason. Good stretch for Georges Niang. Is on my shit list ever since he grabbed Jaylen Brown's shorts. Fuck you, Georges Niang. And then the center spot, Jarrett Allen, another really solid defensive option on a beautiful contract of 3 years, $60 million for how good he is at that 83 overall. That overall should be going up if you at only 25 years old. Where we struggle a little bit, I would say, is the backup big men option. Now, I'm not going to sit here and shit on Damian Jones or the corpse of Tristan Thompson, but let's be honest, it's 2023. We got to find a better backup center option because I do truly believe that this team can contend in year one. So I do want to find that better backup center option. I'll see you guys when I have that trade. We're making this deal here with the San Antonio Spurs. We're sending them Ty Jerome, Dean Wade, and a future second-round pick for Charles Bassey and Sandro here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. I'm terrible with names. You all know that. Now, obviously, Charles Bassey, in the long-term kind of picture, grand scheme of things, if you will probably end up being a better backup center than Tristan Thompson or Damian Jones, whoever the hell we had there. Now, Dean Wade did just sign a 3-year deal with this team, so it feels a little cheesy kind of trading him. But we also brought in Georges Niang, or well, Cleveland did. So I don't need two backup fours. I just really don't. And I do need to find myself a backup center. I think we did that here with Charles Bassey. So that could honestly be our first and only trade. I am pretty comfortable now with our backup center spot. Now, obviously, we have some other guys here. I'll keep Tristan Thompson. He's honestly probably going to be a really good locker room guy in real life. I don't know if we'll see a ton of minutes, but I really don't need Damian Jones. Anybody want to get stupid and like give me a first-round pick? If you will, I'll definitely take it. And yeah, I'm not really seeing much here. How about if I actually include him in a deal like, you want Sam Merrill? Anybody have any interest? I sure don't. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. All right, it is what it is. We'll just roll with it. Let's set the rotation. We make only one trade, but I think it's a trade that's going to be very effective. We are finally ready to start year one here in Cleveland, and here's how it's going to look. It's going to be Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt. No surprises there. I decided to give the nod to Max Strus. Now, hear me out. I don't want to ruin the development of Isaac Okoro, but what we've seen for him since he's been drafted really doesn't give me much promise. If he was a second-year player, maybe had a tough rookie season, I'd probably throw him in that starting lineup, see if he can develop a little bit. At this point, I'm not really banking on too much from him. We're going to have him come off the bench, have the shooting of Max Strus in that starting five. I like it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's the way I'm going with it now. Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, obviously our starting front court. No surprises there. LeVert's going to be the sixth man off the bench. Then you can see Okoro here, Ricky Rubio, Charles Bassey, new addition, and then Georges Niang here as well. So again, 1 through 10, it's a relatively solid team. I think we've definitely had some better benches, but overall wise, for our starting five in year one on a team that some consider contenders, some don't, I think it's probably about as good as you're going to get. So I'm excited to see what happens here. This game tends to favor the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm hoping they can do that for us today. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. Year one in Cleveland was a good one for us. We go 59-23 on the year, and I'm hoping that's good enough for a one seed here in a pretty good Eastern Conference. Ja Morant's your MVP, Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year, CP3. I've done a couple of these rebuilds now in 2K24. You tend to notice very similar awards. All right, cool. Nick Claxton tends to win a lot of depoys. Paul Reed, most improved. Ja Morant, Clutch Player of the Year. I'm just going to hold my comments on that. And JB Bickerstaff does win Coach of the Year. That tends to mean you typically do have the best record. So let's take a full look at the standings right now. We are the one seed here in the East, and we did have the best record in all of basketball. So I'm feeling good. I really am. The question's going to come into play, is this team good enough to really be a true championship threat? Because we've seen it in the past. There are teams that have been one seeds and just really never had a chance of winning a championship. Well, let me be fair. Most of that is because LeBron ran the Eastern Conference for as long as he was in Cleveland. But you know what I'm saying. Who we got round one? It's going to be the 8th-seeded Indiana Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton, Ben Mathurin, Buddy Hield, Jarris Walker, Miles Turner. They signed Bruce Brown this offseason. It's a good young core. I think they're obviously still developing, but I think they're definitely a beatable team. I'll stand by that take. So we're currently up 3-1 against them. We do win in 5. And our challenges get a lot tougher here in round 2 as we have the Boston Celtics. Malcolm Brogdon, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, Robert Williams. Bench unit's insane with Derek White, Al Horford. They have Delano Banton in there. He's a tall guard. Yeah, my Celtics. I'm hoping you can lose right now for me. I love you in real life, and we're losing, aren't we? We get swept by the Celtics. Not exactly the way we want it to go out, and it's going to be a Grizzlies and a Celtics finals. Let's sim through this. Grizzlies go on to win it all. Ja Morant wins a regular season MVP, a Clutch Player of the Year, and a Finals MVP. That would definitely be quite the comeback story if that were all to happen this year in real life. I doubt it, but it would be cool. LeBron calls it a career. A Cleveland Cavalier legend, assuming we're probably going to retire his jersey. Staff retirements, Pop calls it a career Hall of Fame, obviously LeBron. CP3 in there as well. Jersey retirements. Yes, we do. We do retire LeBron James's number. Really no surprise there. Imagine getting your jersey retired by 3 teams. It's insane. All right, draft lottery. I don't think the Cavs have any lottery picks or any other team's picks that could be in the lottery, but we'll sim through it quick. It is the Wizards, the Jazz, the Spurs, the Hornets, and the Pistons. Not really a ton of surprises there. Staff signing time. JB Bickerstaff has okay ratings. I'm definitely going to give him one more year now that I have full control of the team. And if it's really kind of a product that I really like and we don't go as far as I think we should, that's when we'll make a further decision. But JB's sticking around for now. Let's head up to the draft. In terms of our first round pick this year, I'm not sure. Do we own it? We do. It's at number 29. I think there's some value of drafting somebody there, whether it's potentially a Ricky Rubio replacement. Maybe we eventually look for some sort of new backup power forward. There could be some options. So I'll draft somebody at number 29. I don't know if they'll make a day one impact, but we can certainly look. Mark Mitchell's the 22nd ranked prospect, and he's a C-rated overall. Cody Williams is also here. I've actually drafted him before, and I think I've had decent success, but I really don't need a guard. He is 6'8". Maybe could be an Isaac Okoro replacement. It's funny, they're both 6'8". One's a power forward, one's a shooting guard. All right, I'm going to take Cody Williams. Maybe that's the wrong pick, but I feel like I've drafted him before, and he's been a relatively high overall. So we'll see. He's actually a 74 overall. I'll take that for the 29th overall pick in round 1. Qualifying offers, Isaiah Mobley, probably not. I mean, I know in real life it's obviously cool to have Evan and Isaiah there as well. 2K, it's not going to matter. Sandro, probably not. And then Isaac Okoro. For as interesting of a career in Cleveland as you had, I'm still not going to let you go for nothing, so I'll qualify you. Let's look at free agency. Do we have any other major free agents? Nope, just Isaac Okoro. So if I want to improve this team, it might start at the point guard spot. It's nothing against Ricky Rubio, just 33 years old. I think he's going to regress a little bit, and there's definitely a strong argument to maybe do the same at the power forward spot. Now, I do also have to make a decision. Am I comfortable enough having Max Strus as my starting small forward moving forward on a team that I hope can be a championship winner? I don't know about that. I really don't. And I also don't really want to leave it up to chance. I'm not saying he played bad. He did his job, honestly. Shot almost 44% from three. It's not saying he's a bad player or really isn't just a fit to this team, because I think he does fit well. We just got to make a decision. Do we really want to be top of the top true contenders? So we'll see. Not guaranteeing anything, but yeah, I might see you guys with a move or two. We're going to work on a trade here with the Brooklyn Nets and see if they'd be willing to trade us Mikal Bridges. He'd be starting at the small forward option. Obviously, the man can score the basketball, but he really wouldn't have to be as dynamic of a scorer here as he probably is in Brooklyn. So obviously Karis LeVert and Max Strus are in the trade, as you can see. We obviously went ahead and drafted Cody Williams, and then we go ahead, move Bridges to the small forward spot, and then we'd probably just have Okoro come off the bench again. So I'd be willing to do this. I didn't think they were taking that straight up. I unfortunately don't have a lot of future assets, so I kind of got to be careful with what I kind of throw out here. If you have any interest in Sam Merrill, you're more than welcome to take him. I'd probably throw Niang in here. I just really don't think he's going to be very valuable moving forward. And wow, they agreed to that. All right, so Mikal Bridges is officially a Cleveland Cavalier. He actually goes up 2 overalls to an 89 if moving to the small forward spot. Huge new addition here. Very excited to see what he brings to the table. And this starting 5 is a complete juggernaut. So at this point in time, obviously Okoro's coming back. I got to make a decision on Rubio if I think his overall is going to be good enough moving forward. I'm just interested what some of these trade options are kind of looking like for me. Jaime's here. I think Jaime is going to progress relatively well. I mean, this is a first-round pick right there. It's definitely not a small trade. I don't know. I really don't. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to take Jaime. I'm going to take Jaime Jaquez Jr. That's a first-round pick. It's definitely somewhat costly, but I honestly think he'll actually be a pretty good fit to this team, and we have our new backup behind Evan Mobley. So we're good in the front court completely. We're obviously going to go ahead and bring back Isaac Okoro. We do need to find ourselves. Wow, Mike Conley's here? So is Taylor Horton-Tucker, though. So we actually have a little bit of cap space to play with here. It's actually not too bad. I also could have signed like Caleb Martin, but you know what? Let's go out. Let's sign Taylor Horton-Tucker. It's an interesting addition, nonetheless. But you know what? I'm going to take a chance on THT, see if he can fit this team potentially. So we'll wait on Okoro. We'll give him a real deal. I doubt he's getting any other offers. Let's just be real in the situation in one more day. Don't renounce Okoro, accept THT, and let's see how much is Okoro asking for. It's not... I don't love that price tag, but honestly, it's better than like $20 million, which if you've watched my rebuilds before, you've seen some guys ask for when they're coming off the bench, and they're definitely not worth it. So, interesting. We've made a huge addition to the starting 5. Maybe the bench gets a little bit worse for now, but I think long-term, it makes sense. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. We won 59 games last year. You would have thought that would have been good enough to keep the majority of this core intact, and I don't want to get ahead of ourselves because the majority of the core is still intact, but obviously made a huge trade, added Mikal Bridges to this team. I don't want to get swept by the Celtics again. I think this team has championship potential. So, we're going all in. We're hoping it works out. Here's how it's going to be. It's Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt. No changes there. Obviously, a huge new addition of Mikal Bridges at that 3. Mobley and Allen remain the front court members. I think they're a very, very good duo. Ben Shooten's going to be led by Isaac Okoro. So, interesting to see if he can kind of take that next step, come off the bench, be super effective for us. Obviously, we signed Taylor Horton-Tucker. Charles Bassey's here as well. Jaime Jaquez Jr. we ended up making a trade for, and then we drafted Cody Williams at number 29. So, it's a strong team. It's a very good team, and I really do think that we could potentially go out and win it all and have the best record in all of basketball. So let's see if my prediction comes true. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. This team just put up the best record in the history of basketball. We went 76-6 on the year, and I think it's safe to say we're a true championship contender. My God. I don't know if that's my best record in 2K24 so far, but I would have to assume it probably is. Insane. I love it. I'm feeling good. Hopefully it translates to the postseason. Luka Doncic is your MVP. Alexander Sarge, Rookie of the Year. He's in Portland. Jaden Hardy, 6th Man of the Year. Definitely taking that next step. Wow, good season. Giannis is your DPOY. Cade Cunningham, Most Improved. Luka wins Clutch Player of the Year. And JB Bickerstaff, obviously going to take home a Coach of the Year with 76 wins. So it's no surprise we obviously have the best record in the league. Obviously the 1 seed here in the East. And all we got to do at this point is just go prove we can do it in the postseason, because we've yet to do that. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Mobley, Bridges. I mean, everything's really looking good. And honestly, with 76 wins, I don't really give a shit who does what, as long as we're winning games, and obviously we are doing that. So who's it going to be? It's going to be the 8-seeded Bucks in round 1. They've moved on from Jrue Holiday, but obviously still have Giannis. And yeah, I mean, that backcourt's pretty gross, but other than that, they're a pretty competent team. Let's see what ends up happening here against Milwaukee in the first round. I'm surprised that's a play-in team with Giannis. We go up 3-0, and we easily sweep them. Beautiful. Pistons here in round 2. Young up-and-coming core. Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey's a beautiful backcourt. Ron Holland here at the 3. Stewart and Nick Claxton's a new addition to this team. Wow, I like that addition a lot. So can we get by the Pistons here in round 1? We split the first 2. We go up 2-1. We go up 3-1. And that is a gentleman's sweep, my friend. And the team that swept us last year for us in the Eastern Conference Finals, the Boston Celtics, same as starting 5. And yeah, man, they're good. I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Let's see what happens here in the Eastern Conference. Oh my God, are we just gonna run them out of their own building? We run them out of their own fucking building. Beautiful. And we're gonna be taking on the MVP of this season, Luka Doncic, just averaged a triple-double in the Western Conference Finals. And yeah, I mean, I'm nervous. I definitely am. It's obviously not as deep of a team as we have, but actually, they've made some good additions. Draymond Green here now. You got Fultz off the bench, obviously Clint Capella. Jaden Hardy just won a 6th Man of the Year. This team's no joke. I mean, obviously, Luke is incredible. So let's see what happens here in the NBA Finals. We are currently up 3-1, and we end up winning in 5, and Donovan Mitchell's your Finals MVP. 76 wins on the year, and we coast to a championship. Oh, man, that is beauty at its finest. You truly do love to see it. That's great. I mean, it alleviates some pressure, obviously, here for the final season. And, Joe, what? What? Okay. Draft lottery time. Again, there's nothing we're going to have here, but we'll send through it real quick. And it's going to be the Bulls, the Thunder, the Magic, the New York Knicks, and the Houston Rockets. Staff signing, obviously, J.B. Bickerstaff's going to be staying now. I don't want to say it was like a hot seat kind of year for him, but we had a lot of talent, and I think if that team didn't maybe make at least the Eastern Conference Finals, he was probably on his way out. So we have 2 future seconds here. I don't need them. We're just going to trade them. So let's head up to team player options. I'm going to be honest with you guys, not a lot about this team's going to change. I do obviously have to make sure I get Donovan Mitchell back and Evan Mobley, but I'm just going to qualify him. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much else here for me to do, and I'm just going to give a max contract here to Donovan Mitchell. Player option, no trade clause, please come back. And I'm going to qualify Evan Mobley because Lord knows I probably don't have tons of money left. So Hampton we're going to renounce. Obviously got Mitchell back. We signed back Mobley as well, but it's really going to be for his qualifying offer. Oh no, they patched that. Oh my God, they fixed it. Did they really? Good for 2K. Holy shit, they fixed an issue that's been going on for like 10 plus years. Not 10 years, but you get what I'm saying. That's good. That's awesome. Okay, if we want to upgrade somewhere, I don't know. I mean, maybe the backup power forward spot. Do we have any money? We actually do have a little bit of money. Ooh, I could bring in Bruce Brown. I actually don't mind that. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let's bring in Bruce Brown. I'm gonna sign Bruce Brown. He's an NBA champion. Let's bring in Bruce Brown. He's gonna be coming off the bench for us now. It's nothing against Cody Williams, but maybe I mean, how did Williams play? He's actually not bad. Per 36 numbers really aren't extremely accurate, and people who think they are stupid. But I don't know. I think Cody Williams is good. Do I maybe move on from Jaime here? You know what I might do? Maybe I move a Okoro. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually play one of these two, probably Cody Williams, the backup 3, and then Okoro and Jaime are going to I'm going to trade, and I'm going to find a new backup power forward. That's what we're going to do for the final year. Let's just look. Patrick Williams is honestly getting paid a lot of money. I did a Bulls rebuild a couple days ago, but he might be my best option. Ooh, nope. Keegan Murray. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to move around some positions. I'll see you guys at the start of the 3rd and final season. After 76 wins and a championship, we are here for the final season. We're feeling pretty good. We made an upgrade, and I'm on top of the world. Same as starting 5, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Mikal Bridges, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. Bench unit's now led by Bruce Brown. I don't like big men as my 6th men. I don't know why. It's just something I've never really liked. So Keegan Murray is going to be playing 2 less minutes than Bruce Brown. Sue me. Taylor Horton-Tucker, Charles Bassey, and Cody Williams. I like this team a lot. I really do. I think we should go back to back. I'll see you guys at the end of the final year. Not quite 76 wins, but a very good final season for us here in Cleveland nonetheless. We go 70-12, and we are hoping we are well on our way to a 2nd championship. I'm feeling good. SGA is your MVP. Hell of a season out of him. Cooper Flagg is in New York. Rookie of the Year. Azar Thompson, 6th Man of the Year. He's in Detroit. Walker Kessler is your depoy. Bronny James, Most Improved. Ja Morant wins his 2nd Clutch Player of the Year in this video. And JB Bickerstaff wins his 2nd. I don't think he won it year 1, did he? Maybe he did. I don't know. He's won a couple, at least. Maybe a few, even. I don't fucking know. All right, let's take a full look at the standings right now. Obviously, 70 wins is going to give us the 1 seed here in the East. And it is going to give us the best record in all of basketball. Let's take a look at the numbers real quick, see who played well. Obviously, everybody actually did because, we were pretty damn good ourselves. So I'm feeling good. I like this a lot. Rebounds was Mobley and assists was Darius Garland. So, round 1, who's it going to be? It is the 8-seeded Toronto Raptors. Ty Washington, Gary Trent Jr., Scotty Barnes, PJ Washington. You have 2 Washingtons and 2 juniors in the same starting 5. That smells like a sweep to me. Thank you very much. Okay, Charlotte Hornets here in the Eastern Conference semifinals. LaMelo Ball, Zachary Rizicher, Brandon Miller, Trey Lyles, Mark Williams, Drew Holiday, now a Charlotte Hornet. Interesting. Again, you're okay. Yeah, okay. Celtics. Here comes the real challenge. Obviously, still a very, very good team. They beat us once. We've beat them once. We're hoping we can take the series right now and get our second win against a pretty good team. We're currently up 2-1 against the Celtics here. We go up 3-1 and we close them out in 5. We're moving on to the NBA Finals. We'll be taking on De'Aaron Fox and the Sacramento Kings. We obviously went ahead and made a trade this offseason. We went ahead and acquired Keegan Murray from the Sacramento Kings. And, they have Jonathan Kuminga starting now. Also added Emmanuel quickly. Our old friend Isaac Okoro. How's he playing here? Yep. Same old shit. All right, let's see what happens here in the NBA Finals. They actually take Game 1. We take Game 2. We go up 2-1. We go up 3-1. 3-2. Don't blow this. Oh, my God. Do not do this to me. There's no way that Kings team should be beating us. Right? I'm not losing my damn mind, am I? Okay, thank you. We should hold this, right? Yeah, we're good. I would get gameplay, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm on a time crunch right now. Just being straight up honest with you, and I wanted to get a video up, and I'm glad I did. Because we got 2 championships here, and I'm very happy with the way this one ended. So I don't think that last series should have gone to 7. Nonetheless, we built a hell of a team. So, yeah, man, obviously the Cavs already have like a really solid core put together, especially for 2K. They translate really well to postseason success, and it's typically not the most challenging rebuild, but you got to rebuild them anyways. I saw a couple Cavs comments. I thought, why the hell not? That's pretty much it. Of course, if you guys have any other video ideas, let me know down below in the comment section. We're obviously going to get to every single team, as I mentioned in every single video. And, I know there's other guys out there, other rebuilds out there that we will get to, and challenges and other series that I do. The Trading Every Player series, I know everybody's a big fan of those. So we'll get to them eventually, I do promise. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.